Well, hello, Morency. So today we're going to be looking at building a weld tester, specifically a bending tester. These are occasionally called heartbreak machines. So apparently, the state won't quite accept our idea of using a big hammer and beating the tar out of the steel to achieve a bend. We have to use a hydraulic ram to do the job. So we're going to build a device that allows us to do that. Now, you can go out and buy them for about $1,600, or you can buy the hydraulic ram set up for about $400 and then build a tester yourself, which is what we're going to do. So there are about 2 or 3 different designs for this, and so let's go ahead and draw a couple of these. So give me just a moment here to get a few things sketched out. The first idea is to have a couple of plates, vertical standing plates with some holes in them, and you put a pin through these holes depending on which type of weld you're testing, and then the ram comes down and pushes into the weld, and if everything goes right, it bends. So that's one way of doing it. And they look vaguely like this. There's a pin coming through here into another hole. Same thing right here. And the bar of steel sits here, and again the ram has a similar rounded edge on it, and it pushes into this slot area. So that's one way of doing things. Excuse me, gee. Another way of doing things is to have, if you know you're going to be just performing one basic type of test, is to just skip the different pins entirely and to go with something that looks like this. I should mention these are about 2.5 inches wide, and who knows how long they are this way. What really matters is the distance between the pins, or the distance of this channel. So for instance, this channel is 2 3/8 inches, and if we want to if we wanted to have different size, to run different size tests, we would expand this by 1/2 inch, plus or minus 1/2 inch. So it would either get 1/2 inch smaller or 1/2 inch bigger. This radius here is going to be 3/4 inch. And again, we have a big ram that comes through, it's rounded over, and it just sort of pushes into here. So that's an option. And then I have a student in my CAD class who's come up with a really cool idea. He's got a set of teeth here for our 3 different positions, then a gap, and then a fixed rod over here. And this all sits into a block like this with our appropriate sized channel hole here. And so what happens is you can take another pin and drop it in one of these holes, and then again the weld just sort of sits on that and is pushed down or up depending on how the how things are set. So this would work out really well. And again, we just sort of drop a pin here, and this pin sits there, and then our weld comes across this area here, and we press down into it with our hydraulic press, and it pushes down. Boom, done. So, about 3 different ways of doing a weld bend tester. We could look at this in a little bit more 3D, but honestly they're all going to look sort of like this. A plate on one side, a plate on the other, with matching holes or pins or something, and then they're all going to be about 2.5 to 3 inches wide, depending on the steel that's used to build them. So really that's about it. What we really need to find is a good hydraulic press, get one in here, and then start testing our really big, strong 3/8 inch welds to see if they actually would pass the test or not. And my guess is we're going to have a lot of heartbreak. Anyway, I do hope you guys have had a great day. Mr. Hilbert, see ya.